My name is Rob Ellis with Florida Exteriors and Roofing Inc. Today we're down in Pinecrest, as you can see by this beautiful monument. Pinecrest is a community that really appreciates its privacy. So for this particular roof inspection, I decided instead of asking the clients or customers if we could record, because people get tired of looking at houses, that we would do this in front of a monument that a lot of people recognize, obviously. Pinecrest, we're going to talk a little bit about this particular inspection. This inspection is on a single family detached home, and these particular clients today booked it for a Saturday appointment. And I'm going to go into a little bit about the situation, and then I'm going to break out kind of what we're going through a little bit more. So about this particular property, the property today was built in 1961. It is 3,090 square feet of living space, 4-bed, 3-bath, and most Pinecrest lots sit on lots between 15,000 square feet and 45,000 square feet. This particular lot is a beautiful estate lot, 0.35 acres here in Pinecrest. This particular neighborhood is Hallmark Heights Estates, which was typical roofs in this area were built of either concrete, tile, or they may have been built out of shingle, which is the case of this one. There was a lot of shingle replacements coming around the 90s and early 2000s. Occasional metal houses or metal roofs on some of the houses in the neighborhood, depending on taste. As you come down in Pinecrest, a lot of the brand new builds have metal roofs. They're very, very popular in high-end custom estates, over $1 million. But this particular home is just shingles. So about Pinecrest, a little bit more. Pinecrest was largely built out in the 60s, 70s, and 50s, especially east of US 1. It's one of the most established residential neighborhoods in Miami-Dade County, and absolutely one of the most beautiful ones that people want to live in. Beautiful old trees. The average home in Pinecrest today that isn't a new build is around $1.3 to $2 million, depending on your lot, updates, and those types. You have top tier Palmetto schools, and right here, Palmetto Elementary, Middle, and Senior High, all A rated. Because these houses are older, the roof ages vary a lot. You're going to see all different types of roofs down here, and having proper documentation helps with insurance and resale. That's one of the reasons that someone would book a home inspection and why we offer it, a home and roof inspection. We take it a little bit further with a wind mitigation. On today's inspection report, we're going to be doing an OIR B1-1802, which is a wind mitigation form that's good for up to 5 years. I'll show you guys a little bit about that. We have a one-page roof certification form that's just going to go over predominant roof, secondary type, any visible signs, overall condition and ratings. That's not the state form that's going to be required, which is why we go above and beyond traditionally when we do that. To sign the form, you have to be a state licensed home inspector. This is mine right here. My name is Rob Ellis. My license number is HI 18398. And when you're doing a roof form, it's called a Uniform Mitigation Verification Inspection Form. These are good for up to 5 years. You want to get them every 5 years. It's really good to get it from an independent party too. When we are looking at this, we're only looking and inspecting the roof. We're going to mainly be going through the building codes, when it was built out. Miami-Dade County is in a high velocity hurricane zone, which means that there's additional compliance and steps that we have to put in here, including the year built, the types of roof coverings, whether it's asphalt, shingle, concrete or clay tile, metal, built up membrane, or other. We're going to be looking at roof deck and then the roof to deck attachments as well. That's just page 1. The inspector has to sign off on every page of that form, which is really important. The next part that we look at is going to be the roof to wall attachments. We're not required to, but traditionally it's better to go up in the attic and check and take a few pictures of the roof to wall attachments. What it's looking for is the clips, wraps, and other types. We're looking at the roof geometry as well, hip, flat, or other. And then we're looking at secondary water resistance. Again, another initial on that page. For the openings, traditionally we're taking pictures of most of the openings around the home because it really helps for the full report. We tend to take pictures of almost every window. This is going to be windows or entry doors, garage doors, skylights, glass block, entry doors, and garage doors that are glazed and non-glazed. A lot of the homes that we're looking at in these older neighborhoods have never had this type of inspection, and they don't have any type. And there's different levels to mark this form, but most of the time what we're looking for here is glazed versus non-glazed and rated, if they're rated or non-rated. Then we look at exterior opening protection, and that's going to depend on a lot of things. Protected, minimum impact ratings. We're looking mostly at Miami-Dade County or the city's impact ratings and how they're installed on your home. And then we look at the exterior opening, whether it's wood, structural, or other types. Again, I initial on the last page. There's photos that go along with this entire report. After we come out to your home for your inspection, which again, we're waiving for people that have roofs that are older than 10 years old, it's really good to have these reports and to pass it along to your neighbors as well. We're gonna go through the opening protection, exterior opening protection. That means they're protected with coverings that meet code or don't. Glazed openings, A, B, C, or D. We're looking at inspection tables here. The qualified inspector, these are the only people that can sign an OIR B1-1802. Licensed home inspector, building code inspector, general building or residential inspector, a professional engineer, or a professional architect. Then we sign it, the homeowner can complete it and turn over to their insurance. This form in Pinecrest, when we come out to do these types of inspections, it's a really good way for you to start your process. This is what additionally qualifies me. When we're up there as well, we're also looking for wind damage. There's been a lot of hurricanes that came through. And so this is my how to perform wind mitigation inspections course, which makes me additionally qualified to fill out the OIR B1-1802 form. So when we come out, that's what we're turning over along with pictures to the owners. And from there, traditionally, what we're doing then is we're going to talk about the high level of what happens when we come out and what's the process. So the first part of the process is assessment. When we're getting a roof inspection, you want to look for, we're just doing a basic roof check. That's the minimum that we're doing. We're taking pictures from ground level on a ladder or with a drone. Traditionally, we prefer drones. It's much safer. We're not climbing on your roof. Most homes down here are single story. You can see the roof visually and talk about some of those individual. We're not just checking for age and condition of the roof. We're also looking for that wind damage that we mentioned, because in that part of the process, it's really good to do a full roof inspection for everything. We're looking for lifted shingles. When we're looking for wind damage, we're looking for lifted shingles, missing fasteners, broken seals, creased shingles, exposed underlayment, hail hits, water intrusion, or any failure in the system that wasn't the homeowner's fault. This inspection can be done without the homeowner present, with a drone, ladders, photos, and the full report, and the full state of Florida wind mitigation standards. What particularly are we looking for? To make a homeowner feel informed, what we're looking for is what we just mentioned: creased shingles from an uplift if you have a shingle roof, missing or slipped shingles or tiles. If you have tiles, how they move, they could be loose. We're looking for lifted nails or fastener. That's signs of uplift pressure. Broken tile corners from flying debris, exposed underlayment anywhere, torn or puffed ridge lines, tree impact, branch impact, trauma, water staining, intrusion signs in the soffits and fascia, improper past repairs or unpermitted work when we're up there, weak points for future storms. That's really important for Miami-Dade County because we are in a high velocity hurricane zone, and that's everything that we're looking for. And once we establish and turn that report over and the homeowner and we sign it, it's up to them to be able to use that report with their insurance. The, the insurance companies in Florida are legally required to accept that form and bring and hire their own adjuster who can come over there. So when we go through that process, we're doing a full roof inspection on the highest standard possible and the highest depth when you work with Florida exteriors and roofing. On homeowners insurance, when you're looking at the roofs, the number one thing in South Florida isn't that we're looking to put the roof on your homeowner's insurance, is that can we verify that there's wind damage that was done from that inspection? If so, and it's verified not only by us, but by your insurance adjuster, your insurance may cover a portion of the roof or the full roof after your replacement. Typically, homeowners would only pay for a deductible. So a roof, if you feel like there has been roof damage, typically it's a good time to come out and get the actual state form to look at the roof inspection. Homeowners are only gonna mostly pay the deductible if you have actress home insurance. Insurance is gonna pay for code upgrades. That's gonna be fastenings, clips, underlayments, Miami-Dades. Most of the time that's how it's gonna work, but their adjuster is gonna come out and take a look at everything, and then we work with the adjuster to decide. But that's one way to lower your insurance premiums as well. We get a lot of questions on how do you actually pay for a roof. After your homeowner's insurance makes the decision, if you decide to use our OIR B1-1802 form in Miami-Dade County or for your Pinecrest home, what we're gonna end up doing, the number one after that is the cash or direct payment. That would just be simple and clean, no paperwork. The homeowner is gonna pick materials, colors. We're gonna go to showrooms. There's multiple manufacturers. We typically try to go directly to manufacturers because they're much more likely to work with you. We really like metal roofs because they do extremely well and they have 50-year full-time warranties. People that manufacture metal roof systems in Miami understand what it's like. And these are small-owned businesses or medium-sized businesses from Dade County entrepreneurs. That would be via cash, check, ACH, or wire if you're going to be paying cash or direct payment. And oftentimes that's going to be the fastest turnaround time. Sometimes we'll break it up by paying the permit, or we'll have you pay for the materials as well if you want to get them delivered to site, and then we'll get started right away. The third way to pay for a roof is through financing. There's a lot of amazing financing programs out there. For a lot of people, $30,000 to $40,000 or even $50,000 isn't something that they want to pay right out of pocket. And if that's the case, traditionally, there's two types of financing methods to pay for that. There's individual financing programs that are special for roofs, and that's typically going to be zero down. There might be a soft credit check. Monthly payment options can range from $99 to about $249, and that's going to work for both shingle, tile, and metal roof systems. There's no need to pay the $20,000 up front, and that's going to be able to allow, it's a bridge between us, the contractor, roofing contractor and inspector, and the ultimate roofing company that wants to bring those materials in. Traditionally, that's good for roofs that are old but maybe not storm damage. The fourth way you can pay for a roof is through a HELOC. That's also a financing method. That's a home equity line of credit. Perfect for higher income Pinecrest residents if that's what you prefer to do. There's going to be very low interest. Payments can be spread long term. Sometimes you can pair it with other small exterior upgrades that you might want to do, and payments can be spread long term. That's going to use the equity in your home, not credit cards. Many Pinecrest residents prefer this for a larger metal roof system. You can also use a PACE program, which is a property assessed clean energy. This is often used for energy efficient roofs. Approval is going to be based on home equity, not your credit. Payments are going to go on your property taxes and often are also zero down. It's a good option for older homeowners on credit or credit concerns buyers. And typically that's going to cover some of the wind mitigation upgrades. My job isn't to push a roof for you. It's to give you clear options. Some people qualify for insurance, some prefer financing, some pay cash, some use one of the special programs that we talked about. Either way, my goal is to show you all your options so that you can make an informed decision once we've done a thorough roof inspection on your roof and you have the proper state form that you can use with your own insurance. That's a